So something that I struggled with in the past, and I'm sure something that a lot of men who want to be in charge of their lives struggle with, is putting their ego aside and listening to the advice of women. Now, a lot of us have no problem listening to the advice from other men because we're like, okay, they understand our struggle. They get, the things that we have to go through. They live in the same reality. But I know something that I struggled with is taking what women said, unless it was my mother. That was the only woman who I would actually listen to because I knew for a fact that she had my best interest at heart. But I would look at a lot of other women that would try to give me advice on whatever it would be, whether it was financial advice, career advice, whether it was workout advice, which that doesn't really happen often, but any type of advice that a woman would give me, I would immediately put it in the recycle bin just because I figured they don't know what I'm going through. You know what I mean? And to be real with you, there are some times when that is true, when their advice is just, it doesn't apply. It doesn't translate, rather, I should say. It doesn't translate from their life to ours. Like, I'll give you an example. I'm going to be real with you. I wouldn't take advice from a woman who said that, this is the business plan when it comes to building a successful social media platform, because if she's attractive, she's going to be able to grow much, much, much quicker than I can. She's going to be able to grow much more rapidly. She's going to be able to accumulate way more followers in the same amount of time than I can accumulate, just because men like us like to see beautiful women. So something like that, I use discernment, and I'm like, okay, maybe her business plan or maybe her model on how to gain followers and stuff isn't all bad, but I'm not going to take it as serious. But when it comes to like financial advice or anything else, you gotta actually think about it and just don't immediately disregard it because she's a woman. I know I used to do that all the time, and I'll be like, she don't know what the hell she's talking about. She don't know what I'm going through. She got it easy. But some women do know what they're talking about, regardless of gender, man. Some people just like my real estate agent, like 3 or 4 months ago when we bought this house. And I know a lot of people might be like, well, she was working for you, so of course she's going to give you good advice because she benefits. This had something to do with after she had already secured her money from getting us into this house. I asked her what her journey was when it came to buying property. And she gave me a whole plan on how she was able to build equity in her houses quickly. And I'm sitting here thinking, she doesn't have to tell me this. She already made her money. She already got her 3% interest. She already got her 3% commission. She's just telling me this because this is her journey. And I think that, she was a cool woman. And I think that she just genuinely wants people to have a nice property and she wants people to do well. But when she was telling me her plan, I'm sitting there thinking about it and I did research on it. You should always do your own research too, regardless of if a man or a woman tells you anything. Listen to it and then later on do your own research and then come back to that and be like, okay, that was true. And that's exactly what I did. She told me she did this, and this, and it worked for her. And she was able to make this much money. She was able to sell this property, get into this one. And I'm sitting here like, wow, that's actually intelligent. She's actually super smart. And if I was still in that mindset that I was in when I was younger of, this is a woman, dude, can't take her serious. I could have missed out on some valuable information, man. Knowledge is genderless, ageless. Knowledge has no face. Wisdom has no face. You could learn something from a 5-year-old if you really, really sit there and listen to them. If a 5-year-old sits in a room with two racists, that 5-year-old is going to be way more mature than both of them because kids don't see race, man, unless you program that into them. That 5-year-old is going to look way more intelligent than both of them. That 5-year-old just wants to have joy in their life. So they don't care if their best friend is black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. And I say all of that just to say it doesn't matter what race, what gender somebody is. Listen to what they have to say and you might be able to learn something. You might be able to take away something that could change your life potentially. And I want this video to be specifically about women because I know there's a lot of men who are and who were like myself. And it's not something that I just like don't have to worry about anymore. Sometimes I still have that mindset. I'm like, bro, she doesn't know what she's talking about. She has no clue what she's talking about. And sometimes they be knowing what they're talking about. You just have to listen. And don't get it wrong. There are some women who absolutely, just like there are some men who have no clue what they're talking about. They're just certified yappers. They just and have no idea what they're saying. They just speak to speak, and they think because they can fill a sentence with words that they're intelligent. But that's not the case. So I just urge every man out there, listen to understand and don't listen to respond. That's what I used to really, really struggle with. And that's why I wouldn't take advice from them. I was just trying to show that I'm the man, I'm the leader, I'm supposed to be the leader in all senses. If you're married, I'm not married, so I can't really speak 100% on this, but I know from what the scripture says and from marriages that I have seen that work successfully, even though the man is the leader, he still listens to his wife's advice a lot of times. He'll still ask her, what does she think? Because she might bring a different perspective and she might know something about that specific topic that he has no clue about. And that's a smart leader right there, to take every perspective into consideration and decide this one is the best one to go with. Even though it wasn't your perspective, you still thought about it and you're like, that's it. This is the road that I need to take. I appreciate that. And that's something that especially the dudes in this generation, I would say, struggle with. With all the whole like red pill stuff going on, with all the dudes that's not getting women. There's a lot of men that are just upset with women. There's a lot of men that don't have good relationships with women. They don't talk to them at all. They don't ever approach them. They don't ever mingle with them. So they just assume that everything that a woman says is a lie or stupid or whatever. But that's not the case, man. You can learn a lot from specific women. You just have to be able to use your brain and discern. But yeah, man, that's all I wanted to talk about today. That's something that I know that I'd struggled with. And I was like, maybe there's some other people out there that have struggled with this as well. So I thought it was video worthy. And YouTube's getting soft, man. Before I end this video, I want to say YouTube is getting soft. My last video got age restricted in like 2 seconds after being uploaded because I had a fight video in the beginning. Nobody even got hurt, man. I remember when I was younger, people used to post fight videos on YouTube all day. And now they age restricted it. Like, come on, man. Like, kids see fights at school every day, man. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new to the world. But yeah, man, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like on it. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs. But yeah, man, that's pretty much it. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Catch y'all in the next one. Peace.